Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. I hope you're keeping well. And if you're new to this channel, then please do subscribe this channel as a small token of love for me. So this is the second episode of Srimad Bhagavad Gita series. Shlok 4. Atra Shura Maheshwasa Bhima Arjuna Samayuthi Yuyudhana Viratascha Drupadascha Maharatha. Here, in this army, are many heroic bowmen equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna. Great fighters like Yuyudhana, Virat and Drupada. Even though Drishtadumna was not a very important obstacle in the face of Dronacharya's very great power in the military art, there were many others who were causes of fear. They are mentioned by Duryodhana as great stumbling blocks on the path of victory, because each and every one of them was as formidable as Bhima and Arjuna. He knew the strength of Bhima and Arjuna, and thus he compared the others with them. Shlok 5. Dhrishtaketuschekitana Kashirajascha Viryaban Purujit Kunti Bhojascha Shaivascha Narapungava. There are also great heroic, powerful fighters like Dhrishtaketu, Chekitan, Kashiraja, Purujit, Kunti Bhoja and Saibya. Shlok 6. Yudha Manyuscha Vikranta Uttamojascha Viryabana Saubhadra Drupadayascha Sarva Eva Maharatha. There are mighty Yudhamanyu, the very powerful Uttamoja, the son of Subhadra and the sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are great chariot fighters. Shlok 7. Ashmakanta Vishishta Jetanni Bodha Dijottama Naika Mama Sanyasa Sangyanarthang Tana Brahmimite. But for your information, O based of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are especially qualified to lead my military force. Shlok 8. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitinjaya Ashvathama Vikarnascha Saumaddatis Tathaivacha. There are personalities like Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashvathama, Vikarna and the son of Somdatta called Vurishrava, who are always victorious in the battle. Shlok 9. Anyecha Bahava Shura Madarthe Tvakta Jibita Nana Shastra Praharana Sarve Yuddha Visharada. There are many other heroes who are prepared to lay down their lives for my sake. All of them are well equipped with different kinds of weapons, and all are experienced in military science. As far as the others are concerned, like Jayadratha, Kritavarma and Shalya, all are determined to lay down their lives for Duryodhana's sake. In other words, it is already concluded that all of them would die in the battle of Kurukshetra for joining the party of sinful Duryodhana. Duryodhana was, of course, confident of his victory on account of the above-mentioned combined strength of his friends. Shlok 10. Aparyaptam tadasmakam balam bhishma virakshitam paryaptam twidam itesham balam bhima virakshitam. Our strength is immeasurable, and we are perfectly protected by the grandfather Bhishma, whereas the strength of the Pandavas, carefully protected by Bhima, is limited. Herein, an estimation of the comparative strength is made by Duryodhana. He thinks that his strength of armed forces is immeasurable, being specially protected by the most experienced general, grandfather Bhishma. On the other hand, the forces of the Pandavas are limited, being protected by a less experienced general, Bhima, who is like a fig in the presence of Bhishma. Duryodhana was always envious of Bhima because he knew perfectly well that if he should die at all, he would only be killed by Bhima. But at the same time, he was confident of his victory on account of the presence of Bhishma, who was a far superior general. His conclusions that he would come out of the battle victorious was well ascertained. Shlok 11. Ayaneshu cha sarveshu yatha bhagam avasthita bhishmameva virakshanta bhavanta sarva ehi. All of you must now give full support to Grandfather Bhishma as you stand at your respective strategic points of entrance into the phalanx of the army. Duryodhana, after praising the powers of Bhishma, further considered the others might think that they had been considered less important. So, in his usual diplomatic way, he tried to adjust the situation in the above words. He emphasized that Bhishmameda was undoubtedly the greatest hero, but he was an old man, so everyone must essentially think of his protection from every sides. He might become engaged in the fight, and the enemy might take advantage of his full engagement on the one side. Therefore, it was important that the other heroes not leave their strategic positions and allow the enemy to break the phalanx. Duryodhana clearly felt that the victory of the Kurus depended on the presence of Bhishmadeva. He was confident of the full support of Bhishmadeva and Dronacharya in the battle because he well knew that they did not even speak a word when Arjuna's wife Draupadi, in her helplessness condition, had appealed to them for justice while she was being forced to appear naked in the presence of all the great generals in the assembly. Although he knew that the two generals had some sort of affection for the Pandavas, he hoped that these generals would now completely give it up, as they had done during the gambling performances. Shlok 12. Tasya sanjanayana harsham Kuru Vriddha Pitamaha Singhanadang Vinadachay Shankhang Dadhamo Pratapaban. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhana joy. The grandsire of the Kuru dynasty could understand the inner meaning of the heart of his grandson Duryodhana, and out of his natural compassion for him, he tried to cheer him by blowing his conch shell very loudly, benefiting his position as a lion. Indirectly, by the symbolism of the conch shell, he informed his depressed grandson Duryodhana that he had no chances of victory in the battle because the Lord Sri Krishna was on the other side. Thank you for listening. Bhagavad Gita, Episode 2. Next part will be uploaded in the Episode 3. Stay tuned and please subscribe my channel. Hare Krishna.